This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Remember yesterday we were talking about John Gruden and him potentially getting back into the NFL or college football as a head coach, and that he was making some inroads along those lines. And then last night, I see this headline that John Gruden turned down an inquiry. I don't know that there was ever an offer from the New York Jets to be their offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So maybe he's getting closer, and maybe he just decided that he didn't want to be a part of the New York Jets, and maybe that there was something better for him. So I just thought that was kind of interesting.
You would think probably feels like he wants to be a head coach, not an OC.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, especially since that's what he has done. But the Athletic was the original organization reporting on this. But yeah, just I feel like at some point in time, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
At some level. So they contacted him, but he turned down the overtures, according to the Athletic. The overtures. The Jets, they're still trying to figure it out, and their coach Aaron Glenn. It just makes you wonder why teams are successful and why teams aren't successful sometimes. Because I mean, there's plenty of money to go around, but it's the organization, it's the culture, and it's not just the head coach. It's a lot of people behind the scenes too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think the folks doing the scouting and drafting are major important, because we talk about it being not X's and O's, but instead about Jimmys and Joes, and who's bringing in the Jimmys and Joes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not usually the head coach. I mean, he factors in, he helps them make their choices, but he's not the main guy.
According to this article, Gruden said back in August he would love to get back in coaching. He's spent his time with regard to what he does since October of 21, which is when he resigned from the Raiders, of studying game film and mentoring players privately. He did work as a consultant to the New Orleans Saints coaching staff in the offseason of 2023, but has not had a forward-facing NFL job since his time with the Raiders. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if that ever happens. But I just thought that was fascinating.
He needs to just go back to the Raiders.
That's kind of what I was thinking last night when I saw this going. Yeah. Man, the spot for him is going back to the Raiders, because they've been a team over the years. I mean, going back to the 60s and 70s, that have never been afraid by somebody's checkered past. If you're talented and you can play or you can coach, that they've been a bastion of second chances.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Fair enough.
For better, for worse, that has been a lifeboat for people. It's like, hey, if you've really screwed up, fall short of murdering someone, come on, if you can play.
Go play for the Raiders.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Raiders.
That's right. I'm curious, and I'm 99% sure this was yesterday, because my days have just kind of flowing in between. I'm like anybody else. It just feels like time is just moving by just rapidly fast. But yesterday on the Dan Patrick Show, they were doing, on Double T 97.3, they were doing a conversation about the cliches that Mike McCarthy would use at his opening press conference. Like, Pittsburgh tough, and we're going to have I'm a Pittsburgher, and those kind of coaching cliches, right? Okay. So they were trying to just kind of determine what he was going to say. So I'm sure that they'll have that. And one of the things that Mike McCarthy said yesterday, he said, one day you put on the colors you've worn since Mercy Hospital. You know, he came out of Mercy Hospital. He was born there in Pittsburgh, and I guess they probably wrapped him up in black and gold, you know, and so now he's, and it's pretty cool. I mean, that he gets to do this. Then he got a little misty-eyed. He said, oftentimes coaches and players put on new team colors and it takes a minute to feel comfortable in them. But if you're blessed beyond measure, one day you put on the colors you've worn since you were brought home from Mercy Hospital. So, I mean, it's cool to see him get this opportunity to fulfill a dream and, you know, to maybe take his hometown team to a place that they're used to going, and that's the Super Bowl. I mean, every coach they've had, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin, has gone to a Super Bowl here since the 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't successful before that, but
they don't refer to themselves as black and gold, do they?
No, I'm the one that put that in there. So
they're black and yellow.
Black and yellow. Okay, yeah, you're.
I mean, the song even says it, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah, black and yellow. Yeah, you're right about that. And you know, waving the terrible towel. They talked about Mike McCarthy would say, "Get those terrible towels ready because you're going to be waving." You know, it was just really funny. You know, I just think he does such a good job of kind of orchestrating things. It's like a lot of you guys. You have this ability, and others on our station that they make it look easy, make it sound easy and make it look easy, but it's really not. It's very comfortable.
Okay.
Very, very comfortable, and I mean that as a true compliment. It's just comfortable. And then there's those of us that everything sounds painful. You know.
Are you feeling pain right now?
No, man. I tell you what. My body was hurting a little bit yesterday. Just by the time I got home, I was just like, man, my neck and my legs and I just felt like I sat in my chair. I'm not going anywhere. I said to the guy last night at the arena, I go, can I just sleep here? And I'll just get him and go to work in the morning. He's like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can I just stay right here? But I didn't. I didn't do that. I went on home. We'll get to Bill Belichick. There's stuff on that. There's an interesting article on Jerome Tang, and he's blaming things for why they're not having success. You know, this is kind of interesting. We'll get to all that this morning. But next, it's This Day in Sports History at 6.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
This Day in Sports History. Today is January the 29th, 2026. Here's Jeff McGuire.
Hi. 1900, gentlemen. The American League is organized in Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, and Minnesota.
Oh, nice. The American League, like baseball American League, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
As opposed to,
Well, there were a lot of leagues formed.
There have been a lot of leagues.
That had changing names that went through. So that's, I think, a somewhat fair question.
1936, the first players were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Can you name them?
Cy Young is one.
No, he is not. That is the whole problem of the first ballot Hall of Famers.
Okay.
I will give you a hint. Detroit Tiger.
Ty Cobb.
Correct. New York Yankee.
Lou Gehrig.
Pittsburgh's Pirate, I believe. Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner, okay.
He's technically a Washington Senator.
Was it Walter Johnson?
That is correct. And Christy Mathewson is the final first ballot Hall of Fame.
So I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did great. Who did Mathewson play for?
I don't know.
I don't even.
I recognize the name, but I don't know where he played.
I'm gonna make a stab at it. I think it was Detroit, but I'll look it up while you proceed.
1963, Jim Thorpe, Red Grange, and George Hollis elected to the Football Hall of Fame.
Okay.
1974, NFL draft took place with the first pick. The Dallas Cowboys select Ed Jones, which just sounds weird when you don't say too tall.
Too tall.
From Tennessee State as the first pick.
Matheson
State.
Matheson played for the New York Giants and also the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay. 1989, kind of sad note here. Game-winning RBI official statistic dropped after 9 years of use. New York Met Keith Hernandez is the all-time leader with 129.
But don't we still say that? Game-winning RBI?
Yeah, you can use that stat.
Right, but it's no longer an official stat kept by Major League Baseball.
It's not?
It can be mentioned in a game, but it's not like being recorded as you have X amount of game-winning RBI.
Okay, that's dumb.
For us, and look, I love a good stat, but for a sport that has a lot of stats,
Oh, sure.
that seems dumb to drop that.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
You know what I mean? Why all of a sudden are we all of a sudden getting economical? I mean, and if you'd have told me that the game-winning RBI was true or false, stake your life on it, I'd be dead. Because I would have said, yeah, of course it's a stat.
Yeah.
And on this day in 2020, Davide Moretti scored a career-high 25 points with 4 3-pointers, while Terrence Shannon Jr., added 23 points, and Jamias Ramsey had 21 to lead Texas Tech to an 89-81 win over number 12, West Virginia.
Can you dare to dream just for a second that if NIL had taken place in those days, you would have never lost TJ Shannon, and Jamias Ramsey would not have left early for the NBA draft?
TJ Shannon left. Seems like he and what's his name didn't get along.
Mark Adams?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying that maybe they would have said sooner, hey, we got a problem here, and it ain't the player.
I don't know. But then he would have never had his jersey hung in the rafters at Illinois.
Sure.
Upside down.
That's the most probably sane thing. It's appropriate, but it's inappropriate, right? Because it was wrong to hang it upside down. They obviously made a mistake, but it's kind of like poetic justice. That's the word I was looking for.
I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing ever that they retired his jersey
after 1 year, right?
Like, what in the world? I mean, that's still I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree.
We're sorry you were falsely accused of a crime. We're going to retire your jersey. I mean, what in the world? I'm sorry, did I miss him leading them to a national championship? Did I miss his National Player of the Year that 1 year?
You did not.
Did I miss all of that?
It's just weird.
It's so odd. I mean, it's not like he's Shedeur Sanders or anything. Okay, I'll shut up, Jeff. Sorry.
You are perfectly fine.
Ruining your flow.
So is Chuck.
My bad.
It's National Corn Chip Day.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of a Frito pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Big time happy birthdays going out to a lot of really, really famous people and some not as famous people. Oprah Winfrey is 72. Tom Selleck, great mustache.
Great
81.
mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis Pullman, you feel that name doesn't ring a bell? He was Bob in Top Gun Maverick. I realize neither one of you saw that movie, but everybody else did, so they knew who I'm talking about.
You mean the new one? The remake?
It a couple times.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. He was Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't rush like you did and have a negative synopsis of it or whatever.
Like right away, just killed the joy.
Yeah.
Sarah Gilbert, 51. Heather Graham, 56. Mark Gasol, 41. Andre Reed, 62.
Oh, yeah.
And Jose Abreu, 39. And Steve Sachs is 66.
Steve Rainbow Sachs is 66. Andre Reed was just fabulous. Mm-hmm. What are you shaking your head at?
Wasn't it Steve Rainbow Trout?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Rainbow Sachs.
That didn't sound right, did it?
Is a rainbow sex?
Yeah. Rainbow trout. You're right. Makes more sense. Hey, it only took to 6:52 to get you to laugh this morning. That's good.
That was a good one.
And I wasn't even trying. I was being serious. That's sometimes the worst thing about it, right?
And on this day in history, we've been pretty heavy the last few days.
Yeah, we have.
And rightfully so. But today in 1964, we are completely shifting gears. Stanley Kubrick's black comic masterpiece, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About and Loving the Bomb, opens in theaters in both critical and popular acclaim. The movie's popularity was evidenced by changing attitudes toward atomic weapons and the concept of nuclear deterrence. And yes, it is on the list of movies that everybody needs to see once. And that is This Day in Sports History.
This Day in Sports History. Thank you, Jeff. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Jay weighed in. I don't think he had to look it up because he just said Matheson played for the Giants.
Smart guy.
Yeah, smart guy. Thank you, Jay. I am not a fan of the Frito pie. I like Fritos. I like pie, but I don't like Frito pie.
Tell me what's all in a Frito pie. Some corn chips,
some
chili, cheese.
Could I just make it like hamburger meat? Like taco meat?
I mean, you're missing part of the
cheese.
I mean, could you use taco? You might be able to use taco meat.
If I can use taco meat, I'm all in. That sounds great.
Although that becomes more of a taco salad.
It's a wannabe nacho, is what it is.
Yeah.
So why don't I just go to the nachos, skip the corn chips, and have the better chips?
Because it's not a Frito pie then.
Yeah. And you know what? If you're making nachos, you don't have to put it on like the tortilla chips or whatever. You can put it on any chips, and they're awesome.
Okay.
You know, put some like sour cream and cheddar, some sour cream and onion, and put some taco meat and some cheese on there. It's good stuff, Chuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just not a big fan.
I like
of
to
the
branch
cheese.
out. I don't like to hold myself to the tortilla chip.
Okay.
Expand my
Mr.
horizons.
Cheeseburger Plain and Dry likes to branch out.
Well, I do dip it in ketchup.
Right.
So that's the key part right there, Jeff.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Still, man, a lot of rhetoric and harumping and discussion about the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You and I talked about it yesterday. Now the Pro Football Hall of Fame people are saying, well, if things were done inappropriately, that voters are going to lose their ballot. Are we missing this, you and me? Because, I mean, you and I were like, well, I mean, hey, there's consequences for your actions. And if you don't do things the right way, then maybe sometimes you just don't get what you think you're going to get right off the bat.
I think the NFL did this for the fans.
Because there was so much outrage?
Yeah, they're showing, hey, yeah, we're not going to let this kind of stuff go on. I think it's just an idle threat.
Okay.
Hey, we're paying attention to you. We hear what you're saying. Yeah, we're not going to let that go on.
We're not putting him in, but we'll look into it.
Yeah, that's just...
And if anybody
we hear you. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, we're frustrated.
And if anybody was nefarious, they will be removed from voting in the future.
Oh, that was good, John Facenda. Yes, that was.
We will not tolerate nefarious voting for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So here's there's a voter saying why he didn't vote. Said chose to cast. This particular voter casted his vote for three senior mentors: Ken Anderson, Roger Craig, and L.C. Greenwood, all of whom he believed deserved a spot. He said he felt duty-bound to cast his votes for the senior candidates, believing they were looking at possibly their last chances to get into the hall. All three have been long deserving of induction. All three have been well deserved. He said Belichick would inevitably get in, but once he saw that he didn't procure the necessary 80% of votes on his first ballot, the veteran writer understood the vitriol and backlash that was received once that news broke. He said, at the risk of contradicting my own vote, really shouldn't have to wait. I understand why people are offended that he isn't going in the first moment he can. I felt more compelled by what I perceived to be last chances and looming lost causes within the system as we have it, a system I hope the Hall will see fit to change now. So it wasn't so much a vote for this particular voter against Belichick as it was a vote for guys that were on their last chance. Which, if they're on their last chance, okay, that goes back to the original question that we all have. You know if somebody's a Hall of Famer or not, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is that sometimes people slip through the cracks when it comes to the Hall of Fame. It's just the way it is. Not everybody can get in. Just like not everybody can get a trophy. I mean, I'm sure, I kind of feel like it was this way with you growing up, that if you got a trophy, man, it really meant something.
No doubt.
You know, I mean, like, really meant something.
Okay. I got a trophy for every team I ever played for.
Really?
It was hey, you were part of the team, and it was the little guy with a baseball guy or the swimmer or whatever it was. And I knew those were participation trophies. And I also knew that the blue ribbons were better than the pink ones, and the pink ones were better than the gold ones, and everything was better than the purple ones.
I don't think, Chuck, I ever got a participation trophy in my life.
No?
I don't think I've ever gotten a participation trophy. No. Jeff may have lived in a more affluent place where everybody got trophies all the time. And I mean, I would guess part of the reason that we didn't get more trophies is because of the cost of the leagues and whatever that I played in. Now, when I would go to wrestling tournaments, I got a lot of trophies for that, but that you had to finish in the top 3 to get a trophy.
Because you earned that.
I earned that.
Yeah,
yes.
You earned that.
And you had to pay money to be in those wrestling tournaments, and that's where the cost of, whereas our little leagues, I don't think we paid to be in little leagues. It was so small town.
Oh, no, we paid. And had to do the fundraisers. I sold so many chocolate bars.
And that's why you got participation trophies and we didn't.
We sold so many chocolate bars.
The reason that, I mean, I can still remember the pitch that for my brother and I at the Safeway, you know, he'd be at one end of the store entrance and I'd be at the other one. And I always thought, well, he's got the better end because, you know, anyway, the bottom line was we're trying to raise money for lights for the ballpark. You know, why are you selling it wasn't for our team. It was for the league so that they could put lights up at the ballpark. So, I don't know. I agree with this person, Bill Belichick, 18 Super Bowls. What else does he need to do? I understand that.
Not be caught cheating.
Yes. I mean, there's some consequences.
Nobody is debating his resume. Nobody is saying he's not done enough. Mm-hmm. Nobody. People who didn't vote for him didn't say, I just don't know. You know, he's a guy, look at him, not sure. Nobody's saying that. They're saying he got caught cheating. He's going to serve some sort of punishment for it. They may not be saying that out loud, but that's what they're saying with their vote. I mean, next year he'll get their vote.
Isn't that what teachers deal with every day, you know, especially in this AI world and trying to keep kids from, you know, plagiarizing things along those lines? I mean, at least change the words up a little bit, for God's sake. You know, put a little effort into your own work. You know, how about not putting a camera up and trying to steal somebody else's plays?
Yeah. I mean, intentionally breaking rules.
It's bad form. I mean, and then the whole Deflategate, and then the denial of it, and all this other stuff. I mean, but you know, somebody asked about Tom Brady. Is he going to be treated the same way? I don't think so, because Tom Brady actually was penalized punished for his.
Yeah, suspended.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And he's a lot less prickly.
He is a lot less prickly. There's no doubt about it.
Well, again, low bar.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I guess I'm a little surprised at all the vitriol. Here's the statement from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. They basically said if people the Pro Football Hall of Fame understands and respects the passionate reaction of many fans, media members, and enshrinees. It's that very passion that propels the game. Each year, the Hall reviews the selection process and the composition of the 50-person selection committee. If it is determined any members violated the selection process bylaws, they understand action will be taken.
Anybody else hearing Charlie Brown, the teacher, right now?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bill Polian reportedly told others he believed that Bill Belichick should wait a year. Polian has denied saying this. That's totally and categorically untrue. He said, I voted for him. And he's been the guy that's been like the poster child for this, leading the charge against Belichick.
Okay.
So, I mean, if Bill Polian comes out, I mean, I don't know Bill Polian, but I mean, just over the years, I feel like that he's a genuine, respected NFL professional, front office executive by and large. Again, I don't know him, just what I perceive. But if somebody says that's totally and categorically untrue, I believe that.
Sure.
Because if you're proven wrong, then you sure look like a hypocrite.
Lance Armstrong would like to have a conversation with you, Chuck. He thinks you guys would be great friends.
Maybe all of the voters are just jealous that they don't have 22-year-old girlfriends.
I voted for him. That's what Polian says. Okay, maybe so.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, I've got a fill-in-the-blank question for you today. And I don't want simple, sarcastic answers. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
You've come to the wrong
I'll
show.
see myself out.
Yeah. Right. That was really good, Jeff.
Yeah. My question to you today is, the Red Raider men's basketball team, it's really not a question, it's a fill-in-the-blank again. Red Raider men's basketball team will make it to the Final Four if
Luc Bamboye is able to make a comeback and contribute, I'm just going to say significant minutes. That doesn't mean he has to be at 20 or 25, but just when he's in, to make significant contribution.
Okay.
You can get some help from the end of your bench. Whether that be guys being healthy, guys stepping up, whatever it is.
Okay. So that's sort of kind of
right. It's in the neighborhood, but
Chuck. Yep.
But it's.
Yep.
I don't need it to be one specific person. Like I need somebody.
Yep.
I need a couple of guys. Maybe the rest of the bench stepping up. Like I need some help down there.
Yeah. I think another easy, sarcastic answer would have been if JT Toppin and Christian Anderson keep being superstars, because we need that. I think we all know we need them to be that. I also think we probably all assume they're going to keep doing that, right?
I mean, both of them have proven that they can sustain that, right?
Yep, absolutely. So I'm a little different than you guys, but I'm along the same page. If Atwell and Watts can continue to be really, really good third and fourth options, that doesn't mean they have to be elite, every game, but you need them to be really good options. And it can flip-flop as far as I'm concerned, which one's 3 and which one's 4. But Donovan Atwell right now is playing so incredibly well, and it's allowing Lawan Watts to just be okay. And we've had games where Lawan Watts was really, really good, and Donovan Atwell was just okay. But right now, I think if you're getting really good contributions from those guys, We don't need somebody to shock us like Bamboye or Mosley or somebody like that coming off the bench if those guys are playing really, really well also.
Yeah, I think just based on hearing what he has to say, because I've not visited with him about this, but I think Grant McCasland would probably agree with you the most.
Why is that?
Because he's big fans of you can just tell that he's a big fan of Atwell. He just when he speaks about him, he gets a little. I think he gets a little excited in his voice, and then same thing with Lawan Watts. I mean, JT and Christian are givens, right? They're givens, and it's almost like the expectation is you're going to keep doing great. Well, I mean, someday they're going to have an off night, right?
Mm-hmm. I feel like in the sport of basketball, it feels like everybody has, especially if you're talking the collegiate level, I feel like everybody has two really good players. Okay? To me, the best teams, it's not about depth that, hey, we play 9 and everybody plays equal minutes. It's about, to me, it's about 3 and 4. Right? Everybody has elite players, but okay, your step down, are they really good too? And I think this team, our step down from 1 and 2, has really good players in Watson Atwell. Okay? And so I think back to the Lady Raiders last year's team, right? Jazzy Shavers and Bailey Maupin every night putting up 14, 15 for you, right?
Yeah.
Were you a good basketball team?
No.
How far was the drop off to number 3?
Well,
significant, right?
Significant because there were because if Shavers didn't have the big night,
right? So now you have Snudda Collins, you have Bailey Maupin. You could almost include Bristow in that mix, right?
And
okay.
Fritz to a degree.
And okay, now where's the drop off? Not nearly as much.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. 3 and 4 are so incredibly important to me. You can't just win with 2 superstars. That next group has to be good. It's not about, and I know we've talked about depth, it's not about having the best number 9 guy or the best number 8 guy. It's 3, 4, maybe you include 5. Okay? But who are your secondary options, and are they still really good? And I think you've got 2 really good ones. You just need them to be consistent.
Off the chat line, this person says Jalen Petty has been the number 3 a few times this year.
That's totally fair. Mm-hmm. Totally fair. Yep.
And I think Mosley's going to be in that mode too as he gets himself back into basketball shape, where he can play significant minutes.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to expect too much from Mosley. Okay? I mean, last year he averaged like 3 points a game. I'm not expecting him to come in and make a huge impact. I'm expecting him to come in and give you some minutes and be a guy that can help. I don't know that he's going to come in and change things.
Okay. I just think that I think they're really high on. I think you get the feeling that they're really high on him, but you're right. I mean, he's been.
But how much of this season is he already missed?
Well, I mean, most of it.
Oh, how many games are we in? Yeah. All of that but 1.
Yeah. Right. My point being that he's going to have to not just get back into basketball shape, but get back into the flow of playing with his team at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously they feel like he can make a significant contribution, or they wouldn't have burned a year by putting him in now.
No question. No doubt. No doubt.
So they clearly feel like that he can.
Man, college basketball now, you surely ain't. You're not saving anybody for. We want to make sure they have that extra year. No, man, it's all right now. It's all about right now.
Why do I care where you play in 2 years when you've transferred twice? Exactly. I need a championship this year.
Yeah, you're only as good as the day you're in.
What are
right?
the odds he's even going to be here in 3 years? I mean, that's not against him. That's just, yeah.
It's just kind of the way it is.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. It is the Morning Drive, hour 3 of 3 on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line It is open. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app to participate. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open, 806-771-0973. We'll have Red Raider basketball with Grant McCaslin on tonight. That'll be from 6 to 7. The men play on Saturday morning in Orlando. We'll have it for you at 10, play-by-play at 11 on Saturday. We'll also have Kentucky at Arkansas. That should be fun with John Calipari hosting his old team, and the Mavericks at the Rockets Saturday night. That'll be at 7 on 100.7 The Score. There's a baseball scrimmage on Saturday, or I guess an alumni game. Do you know what the formatics are going to be like yet for the game? Is it like your traditional, 3 outs and 3 strikes and 4 pitches for a walk and stuff like that, or will they kind of mix it up a little bit?
I assume they'll make it as close to a real game as they can possibly do it.
Okay.
And for those out there wondering about the weather, as of yesterday, I was told that they're still planning on it, and they think it's going to be good enough. It's probably going to be a little cool, but they're still planning on playing. So, yeah, I would imagine that they'll keep it as close to a real game as possible.
Obviously, he's for it. But my question is, how excited is Coach Tadlock for it, do you think?
I think it's great because I think that Coach Tadlock loves the fact that it's a good challenge for his players to play against guys that are in the big leagues and or in the minor leagues that are professional baseball players. So and that are a little bit older and more seasoned and all that good stuff. Obviously, you're playing against good players if they're still playing professional ball. But I think there's the potential that there will be some guys playing that are not in pro ball anymore. Okay? So I think that is, seeing different pitching, seeing different guys. They're going to probably roll out pitchers for 1 inning at a time. So you're going to get a lot of guys in there, and your hitters are going to see a lot of different pitchers. Mm-hmm. So I think all of that is good. And then I think it's good to have, I think anybody would agree with this, it's good to have those veterans, those pros around your players to,
Absolutely.
just to, just the, I don't want to say mentoring side of it, but just see how they handle themselves and how they carry themselves and how that's helped them along the way, and to create a relationship between those guys and your current players that clearly love the school enough and the program enough to come back and play and all that good stuff, to take flights and drive out here and all that good stuff. So I think there's a lot of positives in it.
Well, not only that, but I have to think to some degree for a recruiting standpoint too, just to be able to take a picture and say to people, look how many big leaguers come from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Or guys that are on the rise in the minor leagues. Because I think when you look at just over the test of time, over the years, the number of guys that have gotten a chance to be in the big leagues that have played baseball here, it's a stunning number.
Yeah, pretty good number. Yeah.
So
no doubt.
I have to
obviously
think
that's
helps.
gone up in the Tadlock era.
Yeah. Any thought that Gary Ashby might suit up for this?
I would be surprised if he did, but I would also be surprised if he wasn't there having fun with the guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was one alumni baseball game where he had an Achilles problem.
Yes,
but he's got another one. There's 2 Achilles. You got one on each leg. So
yeah, that means he's 2 he can injure.
Yeah, right. How about and somebody made this suggestion off the Yates Flooring Center challenge. How about the guy that sits in your chair in the afternoon from 3 to 6, Mike Gustafson? Do you think could still handle the hot corner?
Gus is out of town.
Oh,
yeah, he's out of town. He's going to see his daughter.
Okay.
So he's out of town.
Did he schedule that on purpose, or was that just an unfortunate bit of scheduling?
They may have scheduled it knowing he was out of town to make sure he didn't show everybody up with his skills.
I was going to say, because it would seem to me that the baseball alumni game would be like right up his alley.
The last time that they had one was it was a softball game. Mm-hmm. And I've told Gus this before. Gus had a wireless mic, and he was just walking around the infield talking to people.
Oh, I remember this.
And he did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
It made it so entertaining. Mm-hmm. So much fun. Yeah.
Well, you could do that for this game. You could.
I wouldn't be as good as Gus. He
really
knows these
good,
guys.
though.
I mean, they were his former teammates.
I know, but I mean,
yeah.
there's going to be guys that you know. That
Yeah, there'll be a lot of guys I know and I'm friendly with. But
Okay, and if you just say, I'm not able to say, because I don't know the answer to this question. I'm asking a question not knowing. Any thought that Josh or Jace Young will be there?
I would think the odds are pretty good since they, I don't know about Jace, but I know Josh lives here in town. So I'd be really surprised. And I think Coach Tadlock said a couple of weeks ago that Josh is like in the facility almost every day working out.
Okay.
So I would be surprised if those two are not here.
And maybe participate to some degree?
Yeah, to some degree. Again, I think all those guys are going to be careful they don't hurt themselves because they have bigger fish to fry here in a few weeks. And also the weather being colder, they're probably going to, be extra careful.
You don't want to pull an oblique or anything.
I don't want to, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again.
I also don't want any of them to.
No, you want to be careful with careful with yourself. You'll be plotted down with probably some kind of beverage, and you don't really like popcorn, do you? To snack on. Yeah.
There is going to be a broadcast on ESPN Plus if you want to watch.
Oh, really?
And it'll be John Harris and myself.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, good for you.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Is this your TV debut for Tech Baseball?
No, I did some TV back a few. I think my rookie year of calling the games, Gus was sick, and I filled in for him.
Wow, that's a lot of knowledge that's going to be on that broadcast. Because Harris
he's a walking encyclopedia,
and you're right there with him.
Well, we'll see.
No, I know.
Just try to stay out of his way.
I know.
Yeah.
What time's this thing on Saturday?
I think 1:30 first pitch.
Okay.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.